Lagos continues to drive growth and transformation through strategic investment, infrastructure development, and people-focused governance. Now at the 2026 Ministerial Press Briefing, the state showcases key achievements shaping a greater Lagos. Also ahead, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu joins Muslim faithful for Eid prayers, while Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu marks 7 years in office, thanking Lagosians for their support and partnership. Welcome to Inside Lagos. I'm Ivy Kano.
Over the years, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation has continued to expand programs aimed at improving the lives of women, youths, persons with disabilities, and other vulnerable groups.
By the Director of Public Affairs.
At the 2026 Ministerial Press Briefing, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Bolaji Dada, highlighted the ministry's achievements, noting that thousands of beneficiaries have received vocational training, financial support and empowerment tools designed to promote economic independence and social inclusion.
In the last 1 year, 5,339 beneficiaries have been given tools and equipment to grow businesses, turning dreams into livelihoods and livelihoods into engines of Lagos's economic growth. Women, young adults and men have been beneficiaries of this program and are drawn from across the 5 Ibile divisions of the state.
Mrs. Dada explained that the ministry is also deepening partnerships with development organizations and private sector stakeholders to improve access to training, funding opportunities and social protection for women and vulnerable groups.
We also try to include people living with disability and the widows, and also a few vulnerable people out there.
The ministry further disclosed that efforts are being intensified to tackle poverty at the grassroots through community-based interventions, capacity-building programs and support for small businesses.
Last year, we had a digital marketing training for artisans, market men and women, young adults, and distribution of Android phones. The ministry implemented a digital marketing and e-commerce training program targeted at artisans, market women and men, as well as young adults across Lagos State, with the objective of promoting digital inclusion, expanding economic opportunities, and equipping participants with modern tools for business growth in an increasingly technology-driven economy.
The ministry reaffirmed its commitment to sustaining programs that promote economic empowerment, social development, and poverty reduction in line with the Lagos State government's vision of building a more inclusive and prosperous society.
Better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, oh, better day for Lagos, reach Lagos, better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, better day for Lagos, better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, you want to better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, you want to better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, you want to better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, yeah, go Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, love me, say Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, love me, say Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, love me.
The Lagos State government says it's making significant progress in addressing state housing deficits through increased investment in affordable housing schemes, urban renewal programs and strategic partnerships with the private sector.
This administration has increased the state housing stock.
At the 2026 ministerial press briefing in Lausa, the Commissioner for Housing, Honorable Maruf Akinderu-Fatai, highlighted major milestones recorded by the ministry over the past year, including the delivery of new housing units, ongoing estates developments, and initiative aimed at making home ownership more accessible to residents across the state. The Ministry of Housing says its commitment to delivering sustainable and affordable homes remains central to the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration's development agenda. Addressing journalists during the annual ministerial briefing, Commissioner for Housing, Honorable Maruf Akinderu-Fatai, disclosed that several housing schemes are currently at different stages of completion across the state, while completed projects have already provided accommodation for thousands of residents. According to the Commissioner, the Governor is also strengthening partnerships with private sector developers to accelerate housing delivery and reduce the accommodation gap in the state.
The Ministry has 5 ongoing housing schemes under the budgetary allocation, and they are as follows. Egongodo Mixed Housing Scheme 2 and 3, with a total of 576 units in Egondo Ikotun local government development area. It's undergoing construction with projection for completion before the end of the second quarter of 2026. Lagos Homes Oguntedo Phase 2, located in Etiosa East LCDA, consists of 528 housing units and is projected to be completed by the third quarter of the year 2026. Ekpe Housing School Mitamarun in Ekpe local government is also projected to produce 112 housing units by the fourth quarter of year 2026. Lagos Homes Ibeshe Phase 2 with 192 units in Igbogbo Bayeku LCDA is proposed to be completed by the third quarter of year 2026. Workers Village Ipaja with 176 units of 2-bedroom flat in Alimosho local government has just commenced.
The Commissioner further noted that urban renewal and regeneration programs are helping to transform communities while improving the quality of life for residents. He explained that the state continues to leverage technology, planning reforms and innovative financing models to make home ownership more accessible and sustainable.
But the National Housing Data Technical Committee, recently inaugurated by the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, has provided a more precise data-driven assessment. Their report, unveiled in January 2026, reveals that Nigerian housing deficit currently stands at 14.925 million units. Even more alarming is the finding that an additional 15.2 million existing homes are classified as structurally inadequate or substandard.
The ministry also emphasized its commitment to ensuring that housing developments are complemented by essential infrastructure such as roads, drainage systems, and other public utilities. Officials say the integrated approach is designed to create livable communities capable of supporting Lagos' growing population.
Lagos State Government strives to complete all the above-mentioned projects before the end of the year 2026. At completion, the administration of Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu will have delivered a total of 14,222 home units to Lagosians. In the same vein, the ministry has ordered ongoing housing schemes through various joint venture arrangements across the state. Some of them are construction of 325 mixed-type housing units in Ibeshe Ikorodu, cumulative of 455 units across 4 different sites within Abraham Adesanya Housing Estate. Construction of 80 units of housing apartments in Command Ipaja. Construction of 472 residential and commercial luxury units in Ilubirin. Construction of 144 units of 2-bed in Ilamoye, Isolo.
The Commissioner reaffirmed the administration's determination to continue expanding housing opportunities while maintaining quality standards and promoting inclusive urban development across the state.
Sanwo-Olu.
The Lagos State Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development says it remains committed to fostering peaceful coexistence among traditional institutions and communities across the state. Speaking at the 2026 ministerial press briefing in Alausa, the commissioner highlighted the ministry's interventions in resolving long-standing chieftaincy and boundary disputes, noting that dialogue and stakeholder engagement have continued to promote harmony and prevent conflicts.
The administration of Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu has continued to strengthen traditional institutions and enhance collaboration with traditional rulers as part of effort to sustain peace, communal harmony, and grassroots development across Lagos State.
The ministry has successfully mediated and resolved several chieftaincy and boundary disputes through dialogue, consultation, and adherence to established legal processes. According to the ministry, strengthening traditional institutions remains a key component of grassroots governance, with continuous collaboration between government, traditional rulers, and community leaders.
The Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development is saddled with the responsibility of initiating, formulating, executing, monitoring, and evaluating policies relating to local government and chieftaincy affairs. Coordinations of development plan for local government council, monitoring of public utilities under local government, coordinations of the administration of local government in the state, while other functions are enlisted below.
The ministry also reaffirmed its commitment to preserving cultural heritage while ensuring that traditional leadership structures contribute meaningfully to social stability and economic growth.
The functions are formulating and evaluating policies relating to rural development, coordinations and liaising with agencies of state government and other government bodies on implementation of rural development programs, coordinations and liaising with research institute on community development, provisions of rural water supply, rural electrification, rural healthing feeder roads, rural concrete footbridge, and rural agriculture.
The ministry says it will sustain efforts aimed at promoting peaceful coexistence, strengthening traditional institutions, and supporting inclusive development across Lagos State.
Better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, oh, better day for Lagos, yeah. We should Lagos, better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, better day for Lagos, yeah. Better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, you want to speak Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, you want to better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, you want to speak Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, yeah. It's Sanwo-Olu, it's Sanwo-Olu, lovely. It's Sanwo-Olu, it's Sanwo-Olu, lovely. It's Sanwo-Olu, it's Sanwo-Olu, lovely.
The President arriving the venue for the International Fleet Review, marking Nigerian Navy's 70th anniversary. Also present were both serving and retired naval chiefs, military officers, government officials, diplomatic representatives, and international maritime partners. Aim is to showcase Nigeria's growing naval capabilities and commitment to securing its territorial waters. In his welcome address, the Chief of the Naval Staff says the exercise demonstrates Nigerian Navy's readiness to safeguard its maritime domain while promoting collective security among nations with shared maritime interest.
The task force to be flagged off today will be poised to combat emerging maritime threats while also supporting humanitarian and peacekeeping actions in the West African sub-region.
After that, it was time for the Nigerian Navy to put its growing operational capabilities on display.
Cybercrime investigation.
With reenactment of real situations, simulation by the Nigerian Navy Air Arm and Special Boat Services. Commissioning 3 newly acquired Nigerian Navy ships, namely Nigerian Navy ship Oloribiri, Mambila, and Gurara. President in his address reaffirmed his administration's commitment to strengthening Nigeria's maritime security architecture as part of efforts to protect the nation's economic assets and territorial waters.
Nigeria's maritime domain, endowed with immense natural wealth, remains a vital pillar of our national economy, serving as a major source of foreign exchange and a critical artery for global trade. Through effective integration of surveillance system, rapid response mechanism, and robust enforcement operations.
The Commander-in-Chief commends officers and ratings of the Nigerian Navy.
You have successfully eradicated piracy in our waters. This achievement have enhanced the security of our littoral communities and contributed to increased oil production, thereby supporting national economic growth.
Security experts say beyond this review, the call to face the enemies of the state head-on is an urgent call. The Jordan Barracks prayer ground in Ikoyi, Lagos was filled with Muslim faithfuls and top government dignitaries who joined President Tinubu for the Eid-el-Kabir celebration. The Eid celebration symbolizes sacrifice, obedience, and compassion. Special prayers were offered for peace, unity, progress, and continued stability in the country. Speaking with journalists after the prayers, President Tinubu urged Nigerians to use the occasion to reflect on the values of love, tolerance, and generosity as exemplified in the Holy Quran.
Well, we thank God, Almighty Allah, for us who had provided for us to and keep us to see another year, another Eid-el-Kabir. We thank His mercy, and we must learn from the lessons of this season. And is showing love to one another, no discrimination, no ethnicity, no hatred, and we should share love. It is essential that we be very tolerant, be obedient to the wish of Allah, and obedient to the rule of law, which must guide our society.
On the security situation in the country, the president condemned killings. He called on those involved in criminal activities to renounce violence and embrace peace.
Nowhere in the holy teaching that you should engage in banditry. Nowhere that you should kill another human being.
We need to pray for our nation too, for the next dispensation to be an easy one, and for Allah to ease our affairs. May Almighty Allah continue to bless our nation. Amen. May Almighty Allah continue to bless all of us. And may Almighty Allah give us peace and harmony in our nation.
President Tinubu also stressed the need for sacrifice and collective responsibility in the nation's journey towards meaningful growth and development.
7 years into his administration, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says the progress recorded across Lagos State is a testament to the collective efforts of government and residents working towards a common vision. The governor notes that despite economic headwinds and the disruption caused by COVID-19 pandemic, his administration remained focused on delivering projects and programs under the Themes Plus agenda. According to him, significant strides have been made in infrastructure development, healthcare delivery, education, transportation, urban renewal, and youth empowerment, all aimed at improving the quality of life for residents. Sanwo-Olu says ongoing projects across states will be completed, while new initiatives designed to stimulate economic growth and improve living standards will continue to receive attention. The governor also called for sustained public support and stronger collaboration with the private sector, development partners and other stakeholders to celebrate the state's development agenda. He commended President Bola Tinubu for providing what he described as an enabling environment through the Renewed Hope agenda and expressed appreciation to civil servants, traditional rulers, religious leaders, community stakeholders and party leaders for their contributions to the growth of Lagos State. As the administration enters its 8th year, Governor Sanwo-Olu says his government remains committed to delivering more impactful projects and policies that will strengthen Lagos' position as Africa's leading mega city.
And that brings us to the end of today's program. To our Muslim brothers and sisters celebrating across Nigeria and around the world, may the season bring you happiness, good health, and abundant blessings. Thanks for watching. I'm Ivy Kano.